anti-Europe parties are expected to do very well in this election. As a pro-Europe party, that must worry you, doesn't it?
Yes, and the low turnout is another thing that is a matter of concern for us too. But that said, we have a very positive message, and there are many people in Wales who understand that the case for remaining within the European Union is very important to us in Wales. 1 in 10 jobs, £4 billion worth of investment is relying upon us remaining a member of the EU, and so there are many people in Wales who have an alternative view to the prevalent one, which is growing right across Europe.
Do you feel you're losing the argument then on Europe? Maybe not in Wales, but across the UK, across the entire continent?
Well, it's difficult to assess right across the entire continent. Certainly in Wales, the majority of business people that I speak to understand that remaining a member of the European Union is important for safeguarding Welsh jobs and investment.
You've got one MEP at the moment. In the current political climate, you must be concerned as the party's leader. This is a real test for you, isn't it? Holding on to that one. Are you worried on a personal level and a party level?
Well, Wales has no direct voice in the European Union other than through its MEPs, and Plaid Cymru's MEP Jill Evans has an excellent record of ensuring that the Welsh national interest is put first each and every time, and she's the only Welsh MEP who can claim to have done that. So there's a lot at stake in this election. There's the choice for people between a progressive candidate in Jill Evans with a strong voting record on matters like climate change, workers' rights, support for Welsh business, or the politics of division. And I'm confident that on Thursday people in Wales will opt for that progressive option and support Plaid Cymru over a big swing to UKIP that we might see in other parts of the UK.
But if you have one MEP or maybe a few more at the end of this week, who knows, can they really make a difference in the big European Parliament on behalf of Wales?
Well, Plaid Cymru sits in a bigger group of the European Free Alliance and the Green Party. They're quite a sizable group. In fact, they're larger than the current group that the Conservatives members sit in. So yes, they do have real clout. There's a lot that can be done differently in the European Parliament. We don't dispute that. There are many aspects of it that we'd like to change in terms of democracy and in terms of putting the citizen more at the centre of the politics of the EU. But nonetheless, we still say that Wales is better off as a member, and Wales's voice can only be truly represented by a Plaid Cymru MEP.
Can I just ask you about one story that's been quite dominant over the weekend about the state of the housing market and a property bubble and warnings from the Governor of the Bank of England. There's talk in some of the papers this morning about the Help to Buy scheme maybe being scrapped to prevent inflation of figures. Do you think it should go?
It probably should. The debate around housing is skewed, of course, by developments in London and the South East. Many of the arguments that are used are not applicable in Wales. Housing, public housing is devolved to Wales, and housing policy rightly should be set in Wales. And so the debate that's been taking place over the weekend has some relevance, obviously, because of the wider economic picture. But in terms of housing policy, it's the Welsh Assembly that should be determining that.